Hello, my name is Mary Lou and I'm an independent stamping art demonstrator. I'd like to show you today an 8x8 page that I did. My inspiration came from a photograph of my grandson when we went to the beach. There was a little boat in the sand. Now I use the Getting Started collection and I took the 8x4 Marina Mist. So we get an A4, okay? And what I did is I cut one piece at 8x8, another piece at 4.5 by 3 3/4, and I got left with a spare little piece which we'll use later. All right. So the first thing that I did is I then cut a designer paper that's got little anchors on it, and I cut that piece of paper 6 3/4 by 5.5. So it's a very simple design. Put a little bit of it's now like hazy on my designer paper, and we position it a little bit of side, just like that. Then the piece, the 4.5 by 3 3/4, and then I use another piece, yellow, sort of pale yellow, to sort of try to match the little anchors, and I cut that piece 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So then you get your Marina Mist piece. Put a little bit of it now hazy on it, and we glue it in the middle. Try to position it in the middle like that. This is going to be a very simple but cute little design. Then we'll adhere this piece just a bit off the side, on the right hand side, just like that. Then I found this little piece of paper, designer paper. They have like little boats and it looks like a sea and that. So I cut that piece 7 5/8 inch by 2 inches, and then with the scissors I cut along the wave just to create like the illusion of the sea. So then we'll adhere a little bit of that. It's now hazy again. And we'll put it on the bottom like that. So far. And then out of that designer paper I cut out some of the little boats. So I cut 2 of them. Excuse me. It's so little. I cut 2 of them just before, so just to save on time. And I'll get my dimensionals, and I put 1 on the back of each of the boat. Take the backing off, and I think I'd like to put 1 just there. So when I put the photograph in here, the boat is on top, a little bit on top of the photograph. And then the other one I'll just position it on top of the other boat. This way you're going to have some that are flat and some that are raised a little bit, which makes it just a tiny little bit cuter, I think. Then do you remember at the beginning I showed you, after you cut your A4, you're going to have a spare cardstock. Out of the cardstock I cut 3 small triangles. You can cut them whatever size you like. I cut them this size, and then you position it on the top corner. You position them first like that, like so. Okay, and then when you're happy where you have positioned them, make sure that the corners are next to each other, just touching each other, so it gives the illusion they are hanging on a string. Okay, so then after you have done that, you pick one up and add a little bit of a hexi on it, and then you stick it on. Then you get the next one. I find that it's easier and I won't make a mistake when I glue them together. And then the next one. Okay. Then, with some of the spare piece of the yellow cardstock, what I did is with the Sharpie pens, I choose the navy blue Sharpie pen and I wrote the word fun. And then with the scissors, I cut them in odd shapes. And then with my dimensionals, I put a little piece of dimensional on the back of this because I like this one to be raised. So now these ones are a little bit too big, so I just use pieces of the edges and put it on the back because I don't want to waste any. This is a bigger piece, so I can use one of those. And another little small piece. Take the backing off. Oop. We're going to position it in the little flap. And the F for fun, because we had a lot of fun that day, and I want to remember that day. It was a lot of fun that day. Okay, now the next step is I have a piece of baker's twine and I make a tiny little bow, and I won't bore you making a bow, you know how to make a bow. So I use my glue dots. Excuse me, I just get my glue dots, the blue little box. My glue dots, these are fantastic. So fine. Glue dot, and you get your bow and you put it right on top of that glue dot. Press it down, place the dot, and you put it right on the little corner there. And you'll have a piece hanging down like that. Then the next step I'm going to do is I like to have like an anchor here, and I use the Open Sea set stamp from Stampin' Up. This is one of my favorite set stamp because I use them and I keep on using them all the time when I do scrapbooking, because there's so many elements that you can use in different, especially for main cards, they're perfect. But for today's project, I just use my anchor stamp. So we use a clear block. And my stamp, and I will stamp my like that, and then I will cut it with my scissors all around it, which I have done it before. Alright, so now that we've done that, I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back of my anchor. Put it on the back. I'll only use the bottom of it because I'm going to make a little hole. So I get my mat, my piercing mat, and my piercing tool. Now if you don't have a piercing tool, you can use a safety pin. This is what I used before I bought my beautiful piercing tool. Now I can live without it. And you make a little hole right in the middle. Then we'll get a red little anchor, the red thread. It's very, very tiny. You put it through the hole and you open it on the back. Very fiddly. Put it on the back. And after you have it open, you get your thread, your barker's twine, and you put it in the middle of that. And then you close it again to secure your baker's twine so it doesn't move. Okay. Then you take your paper and I'm going to glue it right on top of it. Yeah, I'm going to cut the extra string. And then with my little glue dot again, what I'll do is I make like a little ball, tiny little ball with my glue, and I'll put it in there, and I'll get my baker's twine and I'll glue it on top of my glue dot, so it gives the illusion of a baker's twine, sort of not just a straight piece hanging down. It's sort of like a rope that is holding on to the anchor. And that is just my fun little scrubbing 8x8 page that I created for my grandson. I will put his picture on here. I hope that you girls can find some inspiration with just a few pieces of paper and cardstock. You can make and create something beautiful for a loved one. Thank you.